Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Ajentiwa, and I'm actually sorry. My apologies to everybody who's been waiting for videos and all. Yeah, there was so much going on with health, school, work, and yeah, but I'm hoping to be back on track. Okay, so today's video we are going to talk about um, how to write for an application fee waiver. So first of all, you can write to a school if you see that there's a program that they offer and you really like it, and then you cannot afford the application fee. Yeah, you can write to them for an application fee waiver, and then not all schools but some schools will consider it based on your credentials and other things and grant you the waiver. Mind you, other schools are also giving out free openings for application fee waivers. So I've been posting some of them here. I'm trying to do a collective video for some of them also, and also connect to my LinkedIn channel, like connect with me on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm going to share my LinkedIn profile because I share a lot there. Yes, I share a lot on LinkedIn. So let's get back to business. Now, someone may ask, what is an application fee waiver? Yes, to apply for a school, you need an application fee. And like I said, if you do not have the money to apply for it, you can write to the school and ask them to waive the application fee for you. So with that, you just apply without paying nothing. Usually they give you a code and then you use the code to apply. Okay, so what are some of the things that have to go into the application fee waiver letter or write up? First thing you have to talk about is your just go straight, and just like any letter, any essay writing, the introduction. So you introduce your topic or your letter of something. Just go straight that, hey, I am this, I have found this in your department or in this school, so I'm actually interested in, however, I am unable to pay for my application due to this. You don't go due to this, right? Yeah, so I wish to apply for a fee waiver. Yes, so you go straight. So let me share my screen. Yes, and then we look at how we do the introduction. So this was an application fee waiver that I wrote some time ago when I was trying to apply for my schools, and so I decided to do a method. And this is it says, I am writing to humbly request an application fee waiver to submit my application to the prestigious, then you bring the programs, whether it's a PhD, MA, or MS, or whatever program at the department of blah 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 or school of business or that in the university. That is the introduction, as brief as anything. You just go yeah. Now what has to go again? You talk about what has prepared you to be where you are, and then what interests you, the field or your area that you really want to dive into. Yes, and that is more or less like talking about your research area that interests you. Yes, so this is how I put mine. It says, having successfully completed a 4-year bachelor's degree in French at the University of Cape Coast, Ghana, the first class with first class honor. I didn't get first class though, please. Yeah, I have been motivated by the linguistics influence of L1 on the foreign language by the Akan group in Ghana. So it means that that is the area I probably want to channel my research into. Linguistics influence on L1 on the learning of foreign languages. But I brought the account group because I wanted my research, so it's more or less like a research topic, so my research topic would be on that. Yeah, so to pursue a master's in French linguistics, to be able to contribute to the improvement of the French language in Ghana through research. So that is brief, I presume. Now I went ahead to talk about um what I want to become. What I want to become. I put this thing here because now, when they are giving us the opportunity to come to their country to study, the rationale behind the whole thing is that you go, you study, you come back and help your country, so your country does not become a liability to them also again. That is the rationale behind the whole thing, and that is why when you're going to apply for your visa, they want to see family ties and all those, like go and come back, go and come back, although they also know that when we come, most of us don't return. Yeah, but ideally that's how it's supposed to be. So I went ahead by saying that um, this particular, if I'm being given opportunity to learn this program in that school, it's going to help me to become this particular thing. I'm saying thing because, like, my profession, what I really want to become. You understand? So you can talk a little bit about what you want to become, your aspirations or your goals. You can just give a highlight of that, and then link it to how best is going to help your country or your continent or your people. You don't just give it out in a lame way and go. You have to be convincing enough whenever you are writing for any of these, either application fee waiver, either to request for a supervisor, like your SOPs or anything which we are going to be talking about. Yeah, you have to be convincing, because if you are not, they'll be like you have to persuade them. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, this person is not going to, but maybe you just didn't put your words correctly or well, did it. Yeah, so that is how I went. Yeah, I think I'm having a problem with my eyes. Yeah, so I went ahead and said in the future I plan to become a renowned educational researcher with a focus on researching applied linguistics and a second language education, as well as assisting decision makers to effectively make decisions that will shape the educational policy in the country where students' interest in studying French language is almost dying out. So here you can see that I didn't just talk about what I want to become. However, I linked it with a problem statement. There's a problem in the field of French education, and that problem is that students' interest in learning the language is dying out. Students do not have interest in learning French language anymore. You teach students and they just sit in class, and it's like an experience I had when I was teaching before I left Ghana. Like, I had a class and I'll take them for 1 hour, one period, they go for break and come back, and I take them for a second period. And usually, I don't know, for some reason, like at some point I was always getting angry because you teach them something, they just go for break like 30 minutes and come back, and you ask them, what was I teaching you? And it's like the whole class, a class of about 40 students, everybody has forgotten. And I kept on asking myself, is it that I'm not doing right? Is it that, like, there were days that I even burst into crying. Like, I, I sat in the class and I was asking them, what am I not doing right? Until somebody raised their hand and said, Madam, we don't really need the French. And I was like, really? Why didn't you tell that to your head teacher so they don't bring me here? Yeah, so that was, you could see that a lot of people do not have interest in learning the language. And mind you, this is at the local, the basic or probably the high school level. When they get to where they have their professional certificate and they are working, and they find out that, oh, if I had known a little bit French, it would have given me this opportunity or that. Then they begin to regret. Yeah. So that is just for French. Yeah. But this is just to tell you that you don't just state it, you state it, and then you state the problem. Because if you are going to write a thesis program, I know some of you will be writing for non-thesis program. Of course, you do not have to state about your thesis topic or whatever, like I stated. However, there is always a rationale behind you taking a course. So there's always a reason behind it. So why are you taking that course? Why do you think the course is going to help? Why is is the course going to solve a problem? You taking that course, how beneficial is that going to be to you, to the society, to your country? Yeah. So you just try and talk more about less about that there. Yeah. You don't talk more. So so I go ahead to here talk about, give a little brief about certain things that I think, or I have found, not that I think. So let's say you've gone to the faculty's website, and that you found out about the professors. Usually the universities, they have the professors listed and their areas of interest, that their research areas. So you've read all those, and they found out that, okay, this professor is into, let's say, social linguistics, this professor is into psycholinguistics, which is psycholinguistics, I'm saying it in French. Yeah. So okay, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Or second language acquisition. So you just put a little brief about that there, that you think that if you get the opportunity to be part of the school, to come and study in the school, you're going to tap knowledge, you're going to learn a lot from these people. You just give out a little brief about that. Yeah. So here is how I stated mine. Hence, a lifetime opportunity to gain expert knowledge and research experiences from world-class linguistic professionals, faculty, such as Professor blah 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 and blah 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 at the Concordia University's Department of Languages, would go a long way towards making my dream a success. So you noticing that those professors are taking up those courses, or their research interest is into certain areas, you think that, okay, if I come there, I'm going to learn more from these people, and it's going to help me to become who I want to be. Of course, mentorship is one thing that is so important, and everywhere you find yourself, if you get the opportunity to be a mentee under somebody, or be a mentor to somebody, it's a great thing. Yeah. You either learn more or assist more. So then we finally go into what I describe as the major thing. Here I say is the major thing because, first of all, we started from our introduction. We say to request for application fee waiver. Application fee, it's money that we have to pay, and we do not want to pay or cannot pay. So now the question is, you've convinced them about you. You've told them that you're a whole package. This is you. This is your goal. This is what you want to become. This is what you want to do to help your community, your country. This is it. Now, why can't you pay for the money? Because you are coming to school and everybody's paying for school fees, application fee, everything. So you tell them why you think you do not have the money. And you don't go and say, I think I do not have the money because I do not have the money. Well, you have a point, but your point is not point enough. So even though you don't have to write a whole page for this, and you have to be brief, but you have to be um I would say concise. You have to be yeah, there should be clarity. Go straight forward. Tell them where the problem is. If you've had let's say you have a family business, and that is what has been taking care of you since your infancy, and then there's been an accident, and now the business is dying now or is dead. You just told them that there's a family business my parents are doing, however, there was an accident, our officers got burned, and there's no money in the house now, but I still want to come to school, so I would appreciate it if you get that offer. Whatever the problem is, just state it. I tell people, these people, they are human beings, and per my own experience in Canada, I think they are more understanding than some of we the blacks. Yeah, sometimes the way they go about with, like, the word psychology means a lot to them. Yeah, even though we have a lot of mad people. Yeah. So it means a lot to them. So this is how I went about with mine. I cannot pay the application fee of $100, given that the recent global COVID-19 pandemic significantly impacted my family's financial status. Nevertheless, my family's annual income, which is 3,000 cedis, which is equivalent to $300, has also been immensely impacted by the current global economic crisis, affecting my country and other part of the world. In addition, the $100, which is 1,000 cedis, there was a mistake there. 1,000 cedis application fee is 7,100% above the national minimum wage in Ghana. Yes, so I stated this because I did it today because when I checked the national minimum wage in Ghana, it's currently 14.6 or something. So when you divide 1,000 by that, you're going to get 71 percent, 71 times, so that's 71%, 7,100%, yeah, above the national minimum wage in Ghana. Hence, only rich Ghanaian can afford to pay for this. However, I am encouraged by the diversity, equity, and inclusion statement on the university's website, which emphasizes equal opportunity for all. One of the reasons I am attracted to your Citadel learning. So you stated that this is the reason your family or you cannot afford for the fee, and then you've given out the current economic situation in your country. And of course, if let's say, even if, let me give an example here, if I'm a high school teacher, currently I think they are receiving about 2,000 or 2,300 or so, and then I have to pay my rent, I have to pay my phone bills, I have to pay for hydro and other things, and then I have to pay for $100, which is 1,000 cedis. I don't have any money. I do not have no money, so I cannot afford. So you let them know the current situation, you give them an overview of what is happening around you, and then you tell them that is the reason why you cannot pay. And the statement is here because almost every school that I have seen, I said almost, not all, because it's not every school that I also check. They have this statement on, like, oh, diversity, equity, inclusion, like everybody is trying to be like, okay, no matter who you are, no matter what you are, you still have a place in our school. Yes, every school is trying to advocate for that. They are advertising that on their website, on the social media platforms, and other things. Whether you are from the south, the north, black, white, green, like the current, crisis, gender crisis, whether gay, whether you don't even identify yourself as somebody, and no, you still stand a chance of being part of us. You still have a place with us. So based on that, you believe that even though that money they are requesting for is huge, and in your country around you an average person cannot afford, it's only the rich, and which wouldn't be fair because the rich will keep on being rich. So you believe that you still stand a chance of being with them even though you are not so poor, but yes, you cannot really afford. And so there should be a way out to help you. Yes. So I then talk a little about I said my dream of becoming a renowned French educationist will be further enhanced if this request is granted. So this is closing the letter. Yes, you are just kind of, laying emphasis on the fact that you really want to achieve your dream. You really want to become who you want to become, and you need them to help you to become who you want to become. So just go straight like that. Whichever way you want to put yours, that would be nice, but make sure it carries that idea, closing your letter. So I have enclosed my CV, so you make sure you attach your resume, you attach your transcript, because usually most schools that do this, they have to see that you are a promising person, you are a brilliant person. I mean, of course, they cannot give an application fee waiver to somebody who had a pass. So you attach your transcript, your resume, and yeah. And so if you like, you can attach proof of fund, like your bank statement or whatever, to show that indeed your you don't fit, or you are not up to the standard where you can afford the money they are requesting for. So you can do that, but that is optional. And then in my case, I said I have enclosed my CV, transcripts, and a recent bank statement for your reference. And in case you need additional information about me to enable you to make a decision, do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you for your, and so this is just to close it. This whole part is just to close it, that you sign your sincerely, yours, whatever, faithfully, your name. I mean, giving a number is optional, so of course you're going to email it to them. So that is why I did not add my email, but you can add your email if probably there's a place on their website to just forward it. Yeah. So basically this is how you can talk about why you need, or why you are requesting for an application fee waiver. And I know most of the schools will read it, and if there's a way like that, some of the schools, if there's no chance, they'll tell you, oh, we've read it. And what are some of the popular English they use? There's a popular English professors use, because what I was trying to get a supervisor somewhere in 2019. There's a particular school I wrote to about 6 supervisors, and all of them responded in a certain way. It was actually negative though, but they responded in a certain way. I was like, really? Like, you guys have all learned the same way of responding to, yeah. So basically that is it. So this brings us to the end of our section for today. I really appreciate you for watching. Please hit the notification, subscribe, and share our videos for us. Bye bye.